Well, hello, Winnie and Sterling and James and Roman and Cleo. Today is a great day because we are going to have a new president and our very first vice president that's a woman. So this is a historic day. We are all very happy. So today I am going to read a story about a dog. Aunt Baxter's requested this story. It's called Good Rosie. And since dog is somebody in my family, I'm going to add that word to the list of all the words you know how to say. So dog is D-O-G with a capital letter, sometimes with a lowercase or smaller letter. I used to work with a teacher, and he named his dog D-O-G. Get it? D-O-G. D-O-G. Kind of an odd name for a dog. Okay. So, we have, for our words, we have a dog. Yes. Yes, I have a dog. Me. This is me going to read the story. The book is called Good Rosie. No cats. Maybe there'll be no cats in the story. She, Rosie would be a she because it's a girl dog. Mom. It is a fun book. He, Dad is a he. Come on, here's Dad. I and you. Where do I point here? There, you. And me and you. Not. This is not the end of the story. And is. Today is a very sunny day. Mix them all up. So you can read these for me. And no. All right. That is get reading this story about a dog named Rosie. Good Rosie. And this is by Kate DeCamneo. And the pictures are drawn by Harry Bliss. So here we have a dog on the cover. Oh, well, this must be Rosie. And this must be Rosie's friend. Good Rosie. Ha. Part 1, The Bowl. Rosie lives with George. Rosie's a good dog. Every morning, Rosie and George eat breakfast together. George has 2 poached eggs, Rosie eats kibble from a big silver bowl. There's a bowl. When the bowl is empty, Rosie can see another dog staring back at her. "Hello," says Rosie. "Woof, woof." "Hello," says Rosie. "Woof." The other dog never answers, and that makes Rosie feel lonely. But after breakfast, whoops, I've got to go across. That makes Rosie lonely. And look, Rosie looks lonely. Now we'll go to this one. But after breakfast, George says, "Rosie, let's go for a walk." And this one tells us that a walk is a good thing. A walk is not lonely at all. Part 2. The clouds. Rosie and George walk together. Sometimes Rosie chases squirrels. She runs very fast as she can, but she never catches anything. "Hey, Rosie, get back here," says George. Rosie always returns to George. Oh, she's a good dog. Good Rosie, good dog, D-O-G. Yeah. Hey, look at those clouds, Rosie. Aren't they magnificent? That one looks like Abraham Lincoln, who was a president of the United States. Just like Joe Biden is going to be the new president. George thinks that most clouds look like presidents, and Rosie thinks they look like squirrels. One day, George sees something different in the clouds. "Look, Rosie, that one looks like a dog." Which one is he looking at? Oh, that one I think he is. "The cloud does look like a dog," Rosie wags her tail. "Hello, fella," she shouts. The dog cloud does not answer. Does not answer her. Rosie feels lonely, and Rosie feels lonely in an empty silver bowl sort of way. She looks a little sad. Yeah. George looks down at Rosie, and he looks back up at the cloud. I've got an idea, Rosie. Let's try something new. Something new is the dog park. We'll look at a park just for the dogs to play in. Isn't this great? Look at all these dogs. Playing frisbee. Rosie does not like the dog park. There are too many dogs. She doesn't know any of them. So she's a little bit scared. Sometimes, like when you go to the playground and there are so many kids and you don't know any of them, it might make you feel a little nervous. It makes Rosie feel lonely to look at so many strange dogs. Woof, woof, woof. She's a little bit afraid because there's so many strange dogs. And I can understand that. Sometimes when you're around a lot of strangers, it's kind of scary because you don't know them. So, she's looking up, looking up, looking up. There's some little thing flying there. There's something right there. I'm not sure what that is. Let's look at the next page and see if we can figure out what that is. Whoa! That's the chin of a great big dog. See, we just see the little lips. Oh, look at that big dog. All right. My name is Maurice, says the very big dog. And I have a bunny. Rosie growls. Here's his play bunny. Baxter does that. Baxter growls at big dogs that are so much bigger than him. Kind of crazy. Okay. Now, Rosie, no! Bad dog. You have to be polite, George tells her. Rosie is not a bad dog. She is a good dog, but she can't help it. She doesn't like Maurice or his bunny. Whoa, what's going on here? Maurice shakes his stuffed bunny, and he shakes it very, very, very hard. So we're on part 4, that's want to play part. So boy, he's shaking that bunny pretty hard. We can't even see his face. Maurice drops the bunny on the ground. It says, "Wanna play, bunny?" I want to go home, Rosie says to George. I think she's a little afraid of Maurice. She saw what he did to the bunny. She's like, I don't think I like the way he plays. But something is bouncing towards Rosie. The something is a very small dog in a very sparkly collar. Ooh, Rosie's looking up. Dog has jumped so high, Rosie has to look up to see the dog. And then, whoop. Now, Rosie is bigger than that dog. I'm Fifi, says the small dog. It says Fifi right on my collar. See? My name is spelled out in shiny stones. F-I-F-I, Fifi. What's your name? Hippity-hop, hippity-hop. Oh, there's the big dog with his play bunny. And the little dog that likes to jump up and down and go yip, 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 yip. All right, George doesn't look like he's paying any attention, but Rosie doesn't like the big dog, big loud Maurice, and she doesn't like the small yippy Fifi. Rosie wants to go home. She's met 2 dogs so far, and she doesn't like either one of them. Now we're at part 5, the drop it. Maurice says to Fifi, "Do you want to play?" "Me?" says Fifi. Maurice wags his tail, and Maurice crouches down to be closer to Fifi's face. And look at the big shadow, Maurice, of Fifi in there. And Maurice pounces. Ah! Ah! Says George. Maurice picks up Fifi and shakes her like she's his stuffed bunny. Ah! That is not good. Fifi is in trouble. Somebody has to do something. Drop it, drop it, drop it, says George. Poor little Fifi. Ah! People are running to try to help her. And somebody that's going to help is Rosie. Rosie goes over and bites Maurice on the leg. Ouch, says Maurice. And he opens his mouth. And Fifi falls to the ground in a small thud. Whew, that was smart thinking. Rosie bit his leg so he would open his mouth and say, ouch, and let go of Fifi. So this is part 6. Somebody does something, and it's Rosie. Fifi says, but I'm alive. And Rosie says, yes. So Fifi says, I'm not a stuffed dog. I'm an alive dog. You don't play like that with me. So Fifi stands up. She wags her tail. Her collar sparkles and her legs tremble. She holds her tiny head up high and says, I'm Fifi and I'm alive. For the first time, Rosie thinks she likes Fifi a little bit. Part 7, 3 Tiny Stones. Maurice coughs, and he says, ah, gee, and he spits 3 tiny stones onto the ground. Hey, those are my shiny stones, says Fifi, from her collar. You're not Fifi anymore. You're Fief, says the dad, because the stones fell off on the last eye. I'm Fief, says Fifi. Sorry, says Maurice. Fief says, you tried to eat me, and now my name is Fief. I just wanted to be friends, said Maurice. Yep, 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 yep. Rosie says, that's not how you make friends. Oh, says Maurice, how do you do it then? Rosie closes her eyes and thinks about her empty bowl. She opens her eyes and looks up at the clouds in the sky. I don't know, says Rosie. I'm not sure how you do it. Part 8, how do you do it? Do you want to be friends with a dog named Fief? Fief says to Rosie. I do, says Rosie, and she's surprised to hear herself say that. I do want to be friends with a dog named Fief. That's how you make friends, says Fifi to Maurice. So, Maurice says, okay, would you like to be friends with a dog named Maurice? If he promises not to swallow any more of you tiny things. Fief looks at Rosie, and Rosie looks at Maurice. Okay, said Rosie. Okay. Have you had enough, Rosie, says George. Do you want to go home? Rosie looks at George, and she wags her tail. And then she sits down. Rosie wants to stay. She's made 2 friends. She doesn't want to go home. Part 9, The Friends. Okay, so now George is back at home and says, in the morning, George eats 2 poached eggs and Rosie eats kibble out of her silver bowl. When breakfast is done, George says, dog park? And Rosie walks away from her bowl without ever looking back. At the dog park, Fifi is waiting, and so is Maurice. Woof, woof, yip, yip, yip. Come on, Fifi. Come on, Maurice. Let's play, says Rosie. Rosie chases Fifi, and they run very fast. And Maurice chases Rosie. Rosie chases Fifi, and Maurice chases Rosie, and they all run really fast. And sometimes they catch each other. And now they're all friends because they learned how to play together nicely. All right, well, that was a long story. That's our story for today. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Love you all. Bye-bye.